One habit you need to change based on zodiac signs. No person in this world is perfect, which makes our interactions more fun and diverse. After all, we are not robots, and our different personality traits spice up our lives. As long as we are aware of our harmful habits and make it possible to keep them at bay, we can laugh at them without getting too upset. Read on and find out the worst habits based on our zodiac signs. Aries. People born under the Aries sun are courageous and action-oriented. This is the first sign of the zodiac, and therefore feels comfortable initiating processes, projects, and relationships. These individuals do not need to know what will happen in the future to make decisions. They bravely take the first step and wait for their intuition to light the rest of the way. However, this urge to constantly take action and run after their desires can make them very impulsive. Instead of analyzing their decisions calmly, they go forward too quickly, bypassing other people. To avoid problems in their relationships, Aries natives should learn to pause and ask others for their opinions before setting their plans in motion. Taurus. Taurus people have an emotional attachment to their possessions. They are comfortable accumulating souvenirs in the form of decorative objects, bottles of wine, works of art, and any other type of memorabilia. This is because they are ruled by Venus, the planet of sensuality and beauty. Taurus natives have a soft spot for those things that captivate their senses, and at the same time, they have a hard time letting go of them. So a bad habit of bulls is their hoarding of useless objects. They can keep their home cluttered with things and are incapable of giving or throwing them away because they all have sentimental value. This habit makes them inflexible and causes problems with the people they live with. Gemini. People born under the sign of Gemini are eloquent and charming. Their intelligence and ability to remember information about all kinds of subjects are impressive, and their friends and acquaintances admire them for these qualities. However, there is a big difference between having a conversation and simply talking on and on. Yes, a bad Gemini habit is that they are terrible listeners. This is not because they are not interested in what other people say, but because they just can't keep quiet. These individuals should practice listening and stop talking to make their conversations more enriching. Cancer. Cancer natives are very sweet for a reason. These natives are nurturing and love to treat their loved ones with desserts and treats they prepare with their own hands. The problem with Cancer is they also resort to these sweet treats as a form of comfort when feeling down. These individuals go through a wide myriad of emotions over the day and end up making unhealthy eating choices. To avoid health problems in the future, Cancer natives should learn to express their emotions more openly instead of venting with food. Leo. This time I am not just going to refer to Leo's massive ego. There is another bad habit these individuals incur that is incredibly annoying to the people around them. I am referring to the flashy attitude displayed by these natives. People born under this zodiac sign are unaware of what it means to be measured and demure, especially in public spaces. Leo natives can be in a 5-star restaurant and talk too loudly on the phone, wear flashy clothes, and draw attention to themselves with their comments and conversations. This attitude tends to make their companions and the people around them uncomfortable. Virgo. Virgo people are detail-oriented and always strive for perfection, which ends up being a bad habit. It is always nice to improve our skills and be a better person than the day before, but not to the point of obsession. That is Virgo's problem. These individuals are not content with being good at their tasks, but want to be the best in the world. Their standards are very high, and their self-demanding nature leads them to compromise their pleasure and enjoyment to achieve perfection. Virgo people need to learn to be more flexible and not be so hard on themselves to enjoy their daily life more. Libra. Sometimes it is not easy to have such a high sense of fashion and aesthetics as Libra. These natives are aware of the latest trends in shoes, jackets, sunglasses, belts, and everything related to this world. The only problem with being a shopaholic is the amount of money required to support this habit. Libra sometimes spends more than they should on fashion items, which is not a priority. Other people criticize this bad habit because they don't understand how important it is to these natives. Libra should learn to enjoy simple pleasures that don't require them to spend a lot of money, such as relaxing in nature or having stimulating conversations with their friends. Scorpio. Being as passionate and emotionally intense as Scorpio brings problematic implications. For example, the bad habit of holding a grudge for life. Scorpios can't just let things go. They take every word others say to heart and cannot let anything pass. For Scorpios, an offense is a betrayal they will never forget. These people are resentful and replay in their heads over and over again the negative interactions they experience with others. They remember every word in detail, even when the other person has already forgotten the whole thing. Scorpios should realize that holding a grudge only hurts them. Learning to let go is another way to practice self-care. Sagittarius. Sagittarians are honest and straightforward, which seems to be a positive quality on the surface. Being sincere is nice, but depending on the context and the person you are talking to. Sagittarians say everything that goes on in their mind, even when it is not called for. They do not filter their comments in such a way as to avoid hurting people with their careless remarks. In addition, Sagittarians share personal intimacies without realizing how uncomfortable this can be. They talk in detail about things others would only tell in secret to people they highly trust, which makes those around them cringe. Capricorn. Capricorns enjoy nothing more than having their ambitions in sight and going after them with zeal. They know that the harder they work, the more enjoyable the rewards, leading them to develop a terrible habit: workaholism. Capricorns put aside their families, hobbies, vacations, and other important aspects of their lives in pursuit of their work goals, which are always too high. They are not satisfied with just being successful. Capricorns add more and more goals and ambitions to their calendar, becoming restrictive and building up stress. This can lead to negative physical and emotional consequences, which is why they must take it easy. Aquarius. Aquarius people are creative, independent, and free. They are intelligent and resourceful enough to create a self-sufficient life separate from the rest of the world. But this is a useful skill if you are shipwrecked on a desert island, not if you are part of society. Aquarius has a bad habit of depending on absolutely no one and detaching themselves from all their relationships. Intimacy is vital to our human experience, and we might become bitter and isolated without it. Aquarians must learn to have closer relationships, and that emotional proximity does not hinder their freedom. Pisces. Piscians are known to get lost in their fantasy world to avoid dealing with harsh reality. These natives are notorious escapists who disconnect from their responsibilities and return to the paradise state inside their mother's womb. In this place, they had nothing to do but placidly exist. These individuals have a terrible habit of drinking alcohol to return to that pre-birth state. Piscians love to lose themselves in the seas of boozy confusion, especially when they are stressed or have a lot of responsibilities on their shoulders. These individuals can cut down on this habit by dabbling in meditative practices or yoga. The spiritual realm can help them reach nirvana in a healthier way. Thank you for watching the video. Please like, share, and subscribe for all the updates.